Melissa, what is your topic?
Do zoos preserve endangered species?
Okay, and progress.
The Earth and Transition website, published on May 28, 2012, states that the St. Louis Zoo spent $18 million on a new pool for sea lions when they aren't even endangered. Many zoos across the world spend most of their money on their popular attraction and not on the animals that need it. According to the Take Part website, published on May 2, 2014, a few years ago, the LA Zoo spent $42 million on a new 6-acre enclosure for Asian elephants. They later went to court defending accusations that the exhibit was inhumane. A judge later ruled that keepers can't use electric ponds on animals, but didn't close them down. In my opinion, it's kind of common sense that you can't use anything electric on animals because it could put them in danger. And in my opinion, it looks like the judge didn't even care that they put the animal in danger. He just let it slide. Why would he do that? I mean, animals are just as important as human beings. Another thing that zoos do that makes it look like they actually care about endangered species, they join wildlife organizations. According to Scientific American website, dozens of zoos across North America participate in Association of Zoos, AZA, and Species Survival Plan, SSP, programs where they try and manage the breeding of specific endangered species to maintain healthy and self-sustaining populations. Apparently, they have helped bring back black-footed ferrets, California condors, and red wolves from extinction. The AZA makes breeding recommendations based on logistics and natural social groupings. Sometimes they may recommend zoos not to even breed specific endangered species at all, so the number of captive breeding doesn't outnumber available holding spaces. According to the May 27, 2012 edition of the New York Times, in order to save some species, zoos must let others die. Zookeepers are now having to filter out certain resources to just provide them for others. In my opinion, they should have enough resources to support all of the animals, not just a couple. Zoo animals and animal lovers and zookeepers are now having to make really cool decisions on which animals they should save. They should be trying to save all of them, just not the ones that they deem most important. Another thing that zoos can do that makes it also look like they care about endangered species, they raise awareness around the world. According to the May 14, 2015 edition of the Science Time magazine, May 15th marked the 10th anniversary of Endangered Species Day, which kicked off awareness around 200 zoos in the world. More than 200 zoos participated by restricting access to certain endangered species to show visitors like us a life without them. The Dallas Zoo restricted access to their African penguins, cheetahs, gorillas, and monarch butterflies. The Denver Zoo only restricted access to their penguins. Zoo elephants' 50 years of life and death. Over the past 50 years, zoos have been trying to replenish the population, but their death ratio to the birth ratio is 2 to 1. There are about 106 endangered species in every zoo. And they have breeding recommendations, like I said before, and only 83% of those zoos are meeting the recommendation. But the National Zoo in Washington tried to breed this baby cheetah, but the recommendation for breeding cheetahs is 3 to 4. That cheetah doesn't look anywhere close to being the age of 3 or 4. It looks younger than that. So if they're trying to breed animals that aren't even the recommendation of age, they're kind of putting the animals in danger if you think about it, because they shouldn't be mating by now. They should be having their life all planned out. They need their time before they mate. You just can't mate them right away. It's not fair to them. America's concerns with animal treatment in various settings. Animals in the circus. 31% are very concerned. 69% are somewhat concerned. Animals used in research. 33% are very concerned. 67% are somewhat concerned. Marine animals at amusement parks and aquariums. 25% are very concerned, 62% are somewhat concerned. Animals in zoos. 21% are very concerned, 57% are somewhat concerned. This is the holding space for this elephant. It's very tiny compared to what it would have in the wild. You would think the zoos would make their little holding spaces bigger even though it's just for one. They still need as much room as they would get in the wild to live, because they can't be cramped up in little places to live. It's not healthy, and it's not good for their health at all. So you think that zoos would take more care of their animals than how they care about them now. So this is my opinion. Zoos don't protect endangered species, and they don't even try and preserve them. They spend their money on their popular attractions just so we can come to their zoo and visit them. How is that fair to the animals that are dying?
Okay,